And that is, of course, the place at which we begin, stopping before we start. And we take that pausing breath, creating space from where we have been to where we are now. And as I open this service for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living, it is my privilege and my pleasure to say, happy day after thunder over Louisville, beautiful people. I am Reverend Vicki Jeter, your minister for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living. We thank you for being with us on this April 19th of 2026. We welcome all paths to God. We welcome your challenges and your questions. All pieces and paths of spirit, all areas of life, and all parts of ourselves are essential to a world that works for all beings. So whether you're here with us for the first time, or if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you've been with us since the beginning, we thank you for being with us, because you are why we're here. Now, today is one of those days where the tide has rolled in, and there's about 3 special things going on today. And I always love it when there's so much to be able to share. Today, Reverend Carolyn Harvill is at the helm of our message, which is living beyond the noise of the world. Paradoxically, locally, Louisville is enjoying the afterglow of thunder over Louisville. And for those of you who may not know what Thunder over Louisville is, it is the heralding launch of the Derby season in Louisville. And it's a huge fireworks display. And I have captured the link, one of the news feeds that ran it last night. God bless them. They have the whole thing posted. And so I will be putting the link to that in the update to share. It occurred to me too late last night that I could have invited everybody to watch it together, and then we could share it. Our memory of it would be just a wonderful shared experience, even though we're virtual. And so along that note, it is my plan, and you all are happy to help me remember that when we come up to Kentucky Derby, which will be the first weekend in May, I want to invite everyone to watch that together this time so we can make a memory. Now, the next thing is I caught a very recent announcement from the U.S. Department of Energy that astronomers have created one of the most detailed 3-dimensional maps of the universe ever assembled. Vernon, can you change the slide for me? Okay, so Vernon looked at this slide and he said, "What is this?" And I know it looks like, an indiscernible mass of gobbledygook. But if you can imagine, every single tiny little pinpoint that makes that up is actually a galaxy. They have determined, mapped so far, and this is only so far, they have mapped at least 47 million separate galaxies, and every single pinpoint on that puppy is a galaxy. And that means, we're in the Milky Way galaxy, right? Which is many, many solar systems. So our Earth is in a solar system, of which our sun is the center of. And within a galaxy, there's, so many solar systems. And so you're talking at least 47 million galaxies. And by doing this, they're also tracing the history of the development of the universe. And I wanted to share that this morning because to me, it means so much when we can realize that we are holographic. If someone asks how many cells there are in our bodies, it's going to be like 47 million, and if we can realize that the massive, omnipresent, and omniscient intelligence of spirit is doing this all the time through us and through the entire universe, it's like, how can we possibly question the truth of what we know? that this is a spiritual process forever emerging and forming and transforming all the time. And so this I invite us to take into opening prayer. Of course, with this in mind, let us take all of those cultures, those people, those nations that especially need our prayers today, not only for the war-torn zones, but also now, again, we have many people who are recovering from tornadoes, you know. And so all of this and more, we simply say, I recognize one life, one love, one continuous emergence of spirit into form that is the paradox of love and law as two sides of one coin. What we understand and what we don't understand, all of it recognized in the allness of spirit. And as it is the all, it is all I am. It is all each person within the sound of my voice is. It's all each person wrapped up in our intention is. I am that I am in mind, heart, and soul. And from this alignment, I realize in my experience that as this surface is opened in service to spirit and in service to the joy of the gift of life, that Reverend Carolyn is guided as she speaks the word and as that word is received by those who are receiving. And for this gift and so much more that comes of it, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I release it. I let it be. And so it is. And this moves us to our opening song, Pray, by Denise Rosier.
Something stirs in my soul when I pray. Soft as a whisper it calls, come away. Centered in a sacred space, Spirit meets me face to face, and I'm welcome every day. Every day. Everything falls into place when I pray. The doors of my heart open wide, unafraid. The power as my knees hit the floor, lifting me higher than I was before. And I am changed when I pray. Out of me when I pray, like a choir breaking free. free, just like rain. Something stirs in my soul when I pray.
Good morning. Now it's time for our announcements. Multi-Meditation Sunday, April 26th. We're going to be going over some different kinds of meditations. It will be at our normal service time. I don't know, Vicki, if you wanted to say something about this.
Thank you, Tammy. This is the result of the special meeting that we had several Sundays ago, brainstorming what would we do if we did a unique Sunday. So it is for this next coming Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel, come right here just like you normally do. And it's just going to look and feel a little different because we're going to put special focus on meditations. And that was the first thing that most people voted for is let's do an in-depth meditation. So we're going to do focal point meditation, guided meditation, and then there's a process called triangles that's a meditative thing that I want to invite you guys to practice and that you can carry with you when we leave from next Sunday. And then one of the ideas is we're going to see how people like that, and possibly we will then occasionally in the future have other unique Sundays that won't be just meditation, but there could be all kinds of things that we bring forth to do on a special Sunday. And so that's what that's all about. If you have any questions, make sure and let us know. Thank you, Tammy.
And this is exciting news. We finally got our Instagram set up. So if you have an Instagram account, go over there and follow us and make comments and just make that process work for us. Vernon's been working on that for a while, and we just finally got it all set up, and Vicki and I tested it the other day, and it is on there. So it's the same content that we have on Facebook. It just posts to both, but it'd be great if you go over there and support us on that.
So I notice, hold on one second. Very often does the announcer toot their own horn. I have to let you all know that we would not have gotten this far between Vernon and Tammy except for their brilliance. I hope that everyone knows by now that Tammy is the queen of our Facebook page. And I did not understand that when she creates that lovely, unique content that you all have hopefully seen for, it's been a few months now that she's been doing our Facebook, and it automatically translates to Instagram. But this is one way that we have found to replace, we used to ask who met us on Meetup, and we can't do Meetup anymore because they are very proud of themselves, and you pay for it if you're going to be on Meetup. But Instagram is an offshoot of Facebook that reaches a whole different crowd of people. And so this is actually very exciting. In the way that Tammy was saying, I just wanted to let you all know that actually it's because of Tammy's work and dedication along with Vernon that this is happening. And so we just want to say thank you. And now, since I have the talking stick, I'll just continue here. You guys know most of this generally, but I do want to let you know that as of this week, we have $1,334.64 that has come in within this 30-day period. And our goal each month is still $2,550. If we hit that amount every month, some of that will carry over in some months, and then some months we need a little extra. And this month, actually, we will need some extra that we have some of that sits in the bank already. But I just want to really help you guys understand how the financial vitality of the center works and where we stand today. It's a beautiful thing because we are establishing financial balance. And I just want to say thank you again to everyone who brings anything to the center. We need all of the energies, and then those energies get padded into dollars and cents and put in the bank. And that allows us to continue doing all of the things that we do. So thank you very, very much. Now, this I left in here this week. Last week, not quite as many people were here, and we really want people to know that we still have people reporting unexpected income and encouraging everyone, watch for your unexpected income, and when it comes in, to really, really embellish celebrating that. This last update that we had actually came in a few weeks ago, and someone received $900 additional than they were anticipating, and so it notified me right away. Oh yes, I'll be donating my $90 because this is just awesome. And so we are now up to receive by you guys $3,320 since the beginning of the year. You guys have received an extra income and thus donated $333.50. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And as always, please join us for sharing time after the service where we can all just gather in community and share and expand the love.
And this moves us into the declarations of what we do foundationally coming into service. Say with me, if you would like, our purpose. The purpose of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living is to be a vital hub of beloved community. We learn and practice care and creativity for the gift of life as vessels of oneness, a synergy of spirit, soul, mind, and body for all beings. This is the foundation of our mission, which is to teach personal transformation as a virtual community, living the principles of science of mind and celebrating all paths to God, which ultimately manifests our vision of a world that honors and respects all people. Now, for our application of what we believe that is curtailed to this particular week, today's topic, the question is, are you willing to stay in silence, let down your defenses, and surrender to the healing whisper of what is true? If you are, then today I recognize the voice of truth within my inner silence.
Excuse me.
Take it away, Tammy.
Okay, a reading from Mark Nepo, The Endless Practice, Become Who You Were Born to Be. Under all the harsh noise of the world coming in on us, this is how things that last move. A small wave from the deep moves us on, and we're more moved. And the more we bend and bow and reach for each other. Our very life is the ground of practice by which we struggle to unlock the gate and let life in. It's the murmur of life that fills us with another chance. Little by little, it's the courage to assume our full stature one more time that enables us to do the heart work that makes us come alive. It is a turn from hiding to giving that releases heaven on earth. Now, as we go into our meditation, I invite you to find a comfortable position. Let your hands rest easy. Gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath through your nose and softly exhale. Again, inhale and release. Allow your breathing to return to a natural rhythm. No effort, no control, just noticing. Begin by noticing the quiet that is already here. Not the absence of sound, but the space underneath all sound. The silence that holds everything. Rest your attention there. Feel the weight of your body being supported. You don't have to hold yourself up. You don't have to brace. You don't have to prepare. For these few minutes, you are safe to set down the armor. Notice there's any tightness in your shoulders, your jaw, your chest, and gently inviting those places to soften. Not by force, just by permission. Imagine that with each exhale, you're laying down a shield you didn't realize you were carrying. Breathing out, setting it down. Breathing out, releasing the need to defend, explain, or protect. There's nothing to prove here, nothing to fix, nothing to figure out. Just being. Now bring your awareness to the quiet center within you, a still place that has always been there, untouched by worry, untouched by stories, untouched by the noise of the world. Rest there. In the silence, notice a gentle presence, like a whisper that doesn't use words, a feeling of truth, brightness, and of being deeply known. You don't have to listen hard. It meets you when you stop trying. Let yourself be met. If thoughts arise, let them drift past like clouds. You don't need to follow them. Return again to the silence underneath. Return to the whisper of what is true. Feel how, in this space, there's nothing to defend. You are already enough here. Already whole. Already held. Let yourself surrender to that. Not collapsing, but relaxing into what has always been supporting you. Take a slow breath in. As you exhale, feel yourself soften even more into the silence. Let the healing happen without effort. Let the truth hold you. Rest here for a few quiet moments. When you're ready, gently begin to notice your body again. The surface beneath you, the air on your skin. Take a deeper breath in and slowly exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when it feels right, softly open your eyes. Carry the silence with you. It is always here, waiting for you to return. Namaste. Now please join us for our special music. I love myself the way I am. And I'm not going to attempt to say his name.
I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable. I'm being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love you just the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind your tears, your raging fears, I see your shining star. And I love you just the way you are. I love this world just the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see all the things I judge I've done by people just like me. So till the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring, I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself just the way I am, and still I like to grow. Change outside, it always comes as deep inside I know. I'm beautiful and capable. I'm being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love myself just the way I am.
Good morning. It's really always a pleasure to be with everyone and to have an opportunity to share. We're talking about meditation. We've talked about it and before, and we'll be talking about it a lot because it is such an important spiritual practice. And so we talk about it because we want to encourage people to explore it. We didn't plan this week to be a prelude to next week, but it sort of is because we're going to be laying a foundation about meditation. And then next week, we're going to have the opportunity to experience it even more fully. So this week, it is listening beyond the noise of the world. The monthly theme is the practice of becoming. Listening beyond the noise of the world is our challenge. It's hard to set aside what's going on, all the noise, the distractions, the worries, the things that call for our attention, the things that sometimes worry us or make us feel not as together as we would like to be. So the question that is asked is, are we willing to stay in silence, let down our defenses, and surrender to the healing whisper of what is true? To be able to stay in silence, to let down our defenses and surrender. I have been called to do this, learning about it for 20 years more. I first get involved with Science of Mind. You're going to be exposed to the call to meditate, to take time to understand the silence and to experience the truth that we find in silence. And I so wish that I could tell you that I'm really good at it. I've been doing it all these years and I am really good at it. Not really. It's always been a struggle for me. It's just been hard for me to settle down and not be thinking, planning, doing, reacting. Now I practice it, I do it, but it's just never been something that has flowed easily for me. But I keep working at it. And so today we're going to be doing some meditation and going to be talking about it. And the idea being that the more we understand the values of meditation, the more we will be called to do it. And the more we do it, the better we are at it. And we're never perfect. Nobody, I think, well, I don't know that. There are some gurus out there that are perfect at it, but most of us are not. It's something that in our busy lives that is going on that we find time for and encourage, but it's still a matter of finding time and doing it. What is silence? Where the doorway to a more authentic life in the practice of becoming. This week we explore how stillness and quiet open us to deeper listening. Are we willing to stay in the silence, let go of our defenses, and surrender to the healing whisper of truth? Because what we find in the silence is truth. Truth is spirit. It is the great I am, the absolute, the wonder and joy of life, the power behind the universe and the power within us. And in the silence is where we can experience it more, be it with it more, understand it and let it express itself through us and change us, help us to release our defenses, release the things that keep us tied up in the pettiness of life. An affirmation that we might use is, today I recognize the voice of truth within my inner silence. Today I recognize the voice of truth within my silence. And I'll probably say this a dozen times, but it is in the silence. It is in setting aside the busyness in our minds, the business in our lives, that we observe and experience truth. Truth, the great I am, as I said, the absolute, the knowledge of all, the power of life, the power that powers us as individuals and powers the universe. In the silence, we can see it and feel it and accept it. Under all the harsh noise of the world coming in on us, this is how the things that last move. A small wave from the deep moves us on. And the more we're moved, the more we bend and bow and reach for each other. Our very life is the ground of practice by which we struggle to unlock the gate and let life in. It's the murmur of life that fills us with another chance. Little by little, it's the courage to assume our full stature one more time that enables us to do the hard work that always makes us come alive. It's to turn from hiding to giving that releases heaven on earth. And we find this and accept it and experience it through the silence. Probably 15 years ago, as I was struggling with meditation, I read a book. And the book was entitled The 1 Minute Meditator. And it was profound in my life because I'd always thought of meditation as sitting in one place, 15 to 20 minutes, focusing on a candle or doing whatever to quiet my mind. But it was always a production. But the 1 Minute Meditator said, no, it's not a production. It's simply turning to truth. It's simply recognizing the greater I am. And you can do that in a minute. So we're going to start now with a 1 minute meditation. I can tell you that if you go out on the internet and you type in 1 minute meditation, you will get thousands. There are websites that are dedicated to creating 1 minute meditation. You can find guided ones. You can find quiet ones. You can find ones with music and ones without. You can find, as I said, thousands. They're out there just for the picking. And so we're going to take the first one that I saw when I went on the internet. This was it. And I thought, that's the place to start. So we're going to experience a 1 minute meditation now. Vernon?
This is a 1 minute guided meditation. No matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how many thoughts are racing around your mind, no matter how the body's feeling, just take a moment to sit down and take a big, deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, feel a sense of taking in fresh air, the lungs expanding. As you breathe out, feel a sense of letting go of any stress in the body, in the mind, just feeling the muscles soften and relax. And close your eyes if you'd like to once more, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. and just take a moment to pause. Allow the thoughts to come and go, and then just gently opening the eyes again.
One thing that she points out is the breath, the breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You see that and hear that and get that advice over and over and over again because it does calm you. That deep breath and the way that you do so through the nose and out through the mouth really has a calming effect. If you don't do anything but that for a few seconds, you will feel calmer and you will be more focused. So the 1 minute meditation is simple. It's quick, it's easy, and it can be done anywhere, anytime. Now, it's nice to be able to have a guided meditation. And if you're smarter with your phone than I am with mine, you can get them on your phone. And when you need one, you just turn it on and you've got a guided meditation. Or you can just say, this minute is for focus. This minute is for presence. This minute is my choice. And then start to breathe. If you have a timer, set it. And then you'll know when your minute is up. If you don't have a timer, just do it for a short period of time, as long as you're comfortable, and just be in that present moment. So a 1 minute meditation, we're going to do another one later on, but I encourage you to think about how could you add that in your life? If you're driving down the road and you do a lot of driving, you can do it while you're driving. Can't close your eyes, but you can certainly focus your mind and let it rest for a minute. You can do it standing in the line at the grocery store, waiting to check out. You can do it anywhere, anytime, for just as much time as you're willing to share. This doesn't take away from the longer meditation, the time when you spend 5, 10, or 15 minutes in meditation. It doesn't take away from the focus meditations that I'm not sure which one Vicky's going to do next week, but one of them is to look at a candle flame and just be lost in the flickering of the flame. So the 1 minute meditation doesn't take away from any of that. It's just an additional tool in your tool belt. One of the things that I wanted to share with you was that meditation awareness is also about vibration. All of life is vibration. Even the silence has a movement, a vibration. And vibration, that active, is so important to be aware of. Okay, all right, let's have that first slide. What do we find in the silence? Intuition, divine guidance, and deep wisdom. Silence teaches us to be present, to observe without interference, and to feel without judgment. So what do we find in the silence? If you are having something that you're trying to figure out, maybe it's a problem, maybe it's just a situation, maybe it's just something for yourself, something that is in your mind that you're trying to get a solution for. Intuition is found in the silence. This is our natural ability that will help you to move through life, to find intuition, divine guidance. We know that spirit is everywhere, all the time, complete and perfect in each and every second of each and every day. And that power that is spirit, is divine guidance. Spirit is invested in your life. Spirit is interested in your life and wants to support you in your life. And it will do that through divine guidance. Deep wisdom, the wisdom to be present in your life, the wisdom to focus on where you want to be and how you want to be. Divine, deep wisdom. Silence teaches us to be present, to observe without interference, and to feel without judgment. The things that give most of us trouble, that cause us frustration and sometimes anger and sometimes confusion and feelings of inadequacy and all of that, are when we are having interference, when we are not focused on the truth of our being, but we're focused on all the little things that interfere, the things that distract us, that take us away. One of the things that I try to avoid, I don't know if I should admit this or not, I try to stay out of the politics. They've caused me such pain if I get involved in them, if I have a judgment about them. They interfere with my very life. So I don't do it. I don't listen to the different speakers. I don't choose parties. I don't judge political people. It's not up to me. I don't need to have an opinion about that, because if I have an opinion about that, I'm just upset all the time. And my life is definitely interfered with. So that's just what it is for me. That's not advice. That's just sharing. And to feel without judgment. That's a part of what I'm just talking about. I don't need to judge. I don't need to have an opinion, and I don't need to judge and decide who's right and who's wrong. I just need to know within myself that Spirit is in my life and Spirit is guiding me, and I rest in that knowledge. Let's have the next slide. In silence, the mind quiets. It just gently quiets. The heart is more open, it expands, and the soul speaks. When you know that that's what happens, how can you not meditate? How can you not enjoy the silence? When you know that you're going to quiet your mind, that your heart is going to expand, and the soul will speak. The soul, wisdom, truth, the absolute, the all in all, speaks in you, as you, through you, and supports you in all that you do. Silence is a pathway to truth. It is one of the most reliable pathways to truth. There's lots of ways. There's lots of ways to learn and grow, but silence is truly a pathway to truth. Gordon Hempton said, "Silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of everything." I read that, and I read that, and I read that, and I thought, what does that mean? Silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of everything. That's really deep. But I finally realized that for me, what it meant was that silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of everything. And what is everything? Everything is spirit. Everything is the great I am. Everything is truth. Everything is everyone and every happening and everything that is in the world. It includes everything. And so that really, after I came to that, that really spoke to me. Thank you, Vernon. So within us lies a stillness that transcends the muting of external and internal noise. It is the alignment with our true self. This something greater goes beyond our thoughts, expectations, ideas, and actions. The practice of becoming invites us to listen beyond the world. becoming aware of what keeps us from truly hearing life. It teaches us that silence can be an active teacher and that inner stillness helps to discern the truth. Excuse me. I hope that I have accomplished in this talk an interest in you to explore silence more, to actively seek it and experience it and know it and trust it. And so I'm going to finish up with 1 minute of silent meditation. I'm going to set my little timer and so that we know that it's 1 minute. We thought 30 seconds was a long time. Wait till you experience a minute. It becomes an eternity. And yet, it's just a flicker in time. So I invite you to be comfortable. Hopefully, you've been comfortable this whole time. But I invite you to take a little inventory of your body. Is everything supported? Is everything relaxed? Are your shoulders relaxed? Are your legs relaxed? Take a deep breath. Be aware of your body only in far as knowing that it is comfortable and present. And become aware of your breath, the breathing in and the breathing out. And we begin 1 minute of silent meditation. We are grateful for the shared experience of silence together. We are grateful that life is the power of all, and it is moving in and as and through us, blessing us, encouraging us, and loving us. We are grateful. And we seal this time together with the words, and so it is.
Oh, how wonderful. So now is the time for the giving of our gifts. We appreciate all the ways that you give to the Louisville Center for Spiritual Living. And the ways to give are on the slide and in the chat, along with our snail mail of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living, P.O. Box 43958, Louisville, Kentucky 40253. Now, please join me in affirming today's affirmation. I am a persistent and prosperous, life-affirming vessel of spirit. And I pass to Vicki for the blessing of the offering.
And I take up this word on behalf of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living as an entity, which is symbolized in our multiplying basket. And in this moment, LCSL has whispered in my ear, "Oh, that silence was so nice. Can I just have silence for the blessing today?" And so take that pausing breath with me, and we're just going to give 15 seconds of pure silence, knowing that the gifts are given and received in that depth of silence for this little basket that represents LCSL as an entity. And so we let it be, and so it is. Amen.
All right. Oh, what a beautiful picture. The Earth rising over the moon, the Earthrise from Artemis 2, this mission. What fun that was to watch. But please always remember and don't ever forget that we are magnificent. Now join us for our closing song, I Live, by the One Voice Children's Choir.
Take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, it's screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. When the moment comes, you say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could get it. I saw so many places, the things that I gave it. Now with every broken bone, I swear I live. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. Woo! And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I live. I swear I live. I swear I live. Every broken bone, I swear I live. Every broken bone, I swear I live. Every broken bone, with every broken bone, with every broken bone, with every broken bone, I did it all. I did it all. I owned
our benediction. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Glory, hallelujah. Amen.